English podcast every day.
Listen, speak, learn fast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English podcast every day. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. And today, honestly, Emma, I'm a little bit frustrated.
Oh no, why? What happened?
It's the same old story. Yesterday, I studied for 3 hours. I wrote down 50 new English words in my notebook. I was so proud. But this morning,
Let me guess. You opened your notebook and felt like you were looking at Chinese?
exactly. I remember maybe 3 words: apple, table, and goodbye. But the difficult ones? Gone. Just disappeared from my brain. Why is English so hard, Emma?
Don't worry, Jack. You are not alone. This is the biggest problem for every English learner. And guys, if you are listening to us right now and nodding your head, this video is specifically for you.
Really? So I'm not just forgetful?
Not at all. Your brain is actually doing its job. But today, we are going to show you how to hack your brain. If you stay with us until the end of this video, you will learn exactly why your brain deletes words, and more importantly, how to make them stay there forever.
That sounds like magic. What are we talking about exactly?
We've divided today's episode into clear parts. First, we'll talk about the scientific reason for forgetting. Then, we will give you 3 powerful solutions. Context learning, why lists are your enemy. The power of visualization, how to see words in your head. The 1-3-7-30 rule, a simple schedule to never forget again.
Okay, I'm taking notes already. So if I watch this whole video, I can finally stop carrying this heavy dictionary everywhere?
Exactly. By the end, you'll have a step-by-step plan. No more memorizing, only learning. Ready to start?
I'm more than ready. Let's save my brain, Emma.
Okay, Jack. Let's look at your notebook from yesterday. You said you wrote down 50 words. 50. That is a lot.
Yeah, I spent my whole evening. I had my coffee, my music, and a long list from a top 1,000 words website. I wrote the English word, then the translation in my language. For example, extremely. I repeated it 10 times. Extremely, extremely, extremely.
Oh, Jack, this is the first mistake. We call this passive learning. Your brain thinks you are playing a game, not learning a tool.
What do you mean? I was working hard.
Think about it like this. Your brain is like a very organized house. Every day, thousands of guests try to come inside. If a guest just stands at the door, says, "Hello, my name is Extremely," and then leaves, does your brain give them a bedroom?
Probably not. My brain probably thinks, I don't know this guy. He's not important.
Exactly. Your brain is a survival machine. It only keeps information that it thinks is useful for your life. If you just repeat a word like a robot, your brain says, "This is boring noise," and it throws the word into the trash can. This is called the forgetting curve.
The forgetting curve. That sounds like a scary roller coaster.
It's a scientific idea. It shows that within 24 hours, humans forget about 70% to 80% of new information if they don't use it. So your 3 words out of 50, that's actually normal.
That makes me feel better, but it's still frustrating. So why did I remember apple, but forget incredible?
Because you have a connection with the word apple. You can see it. You can smell it. You probably ate one this morning. But incredible is just a group of letters to you. There is no emotion or image attached to it.
So my brain needs a reason to keep the word.
Precisely. Another reason we forget is overloading. Trying to learn 50 words in one night is like trying to eat 10 pizzas in one meal. It's too much. Your brain gets indigestion.
I definitely have English indigestion. So instead of 50 words, what should I do? 5 words?
It's not just about the number, Jack. It's about the quality. We often forget because we don't connect the new word to an old word we already know. We call this linking. If the new word is a stranger, you need to introduce it to your old friends, the words you already use every day.
I see. So if I learn the word gigantic, I should introduce it to my old friend Big.
Perfect example. You tell your brain, "Hey brain, you know Big?" Well, gigantic is just his much taller, stronger brother. Suddenly, your brain says, "Oh, I know Big, so I will keep gigantic too."
That makes so much sense. I was treating words like lonely strangers in a crowd. No wonder they left the party early.
Exactly. And there's one more thing, the environment. Were you distracted yesterday?
Well, my phone was buzzing. I had the TV on in the background. Maybe I wasn't 100% there.
That's it. Deep learning requires deep focus. If you are not focused, the word never even enters your long-term memory. It just stays in the waiting room and then leaves.
Okay, so 1, don't be a robot. 2, don't eat 10 pizzas. Don't learn too many words. 3, make friends between words. 4, put the phone away.
Spot on. Now that we know why we forget, let's talk about the first big solution to fix it.
Okay, Emma, you convinced me. No more robot memorizing. But honestly, if I don't use a list, how am I supposed to find new words? I usually just open a dictionary or a vocabulary book.
That's exactly the problem, Jack. A dictionary is a great tool for checking a meaning, but it is a terrible tool for learning. Learning a word from a list is like trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about water. You need to see the water in action.
I don't want to drown in English. So what is this context thing everyone talks about?
Context is the situation around a word. It's the sentence, the story, or the conversation. Let's do a little experiment. Jack, do you know the word run?
Of course. It means moving fast with your legs, like I run in the park.
Okay, but what if I say, I run a business, or my nose is running, or we ran out of milk?
Wait. A business doesn't have legs, and my nose... Okay, that's different. This is confusing.
Exactly. If you only learn run from a list, you will be very confused when you hear those sentences. But if you learn the sentence, we ran out of milk, you understand the meaning immediately. You learn that run out of means nothing left.
So the word is like a person, and the context is the house they live in. You can't really know the person if you never visit their house.
I love that analogy. Exactly. When you see a word in a story or a video, you see its friends. In English, we call these collocations.
Collocations. That's a big word for a student, Emma.
It just means words that naturally go together. For example, we say fast food, but we don't say quick food. We say a quick shower, but not a fast shower.
Why?
No scientific reason. It just sounds right to native speakers. If you learn these as a group, as a phrase, you don't have to think about grammar or rules. you just say quick shower, and you sound natural.
Okay, I'm starting to see the point. So instead of writing what should I write in my notebook?
Great question. You should find a sentence where that word is used. For example, I need to make a decision about my job. Now you learned 3 things. The word decision, the verb make, because we don't do a decision, we make one. How to use it in a real-life situation.
That's much more useful. But Emma, it takes more time. Writing one sentence takes longer than writing one word.
Jack, would you rather spend 1 minute learning a word and forget it in 1 hour, or spend 5 minutes learning a sentence and remember it for 5 years?
Okay. Point taken. Quality over quantity.
Let's give our listeners a challenge. Think of a word you learned recently. For me, it was reliable. Instead of just reliable, I thought of my old car. I wrote, my old car is not reliable. It stops in the middle of the road. Now, every time I think of that word, I see my broken car. I can't forget it.
That's actually funny. I learned exhausted yesterday. Instead of just writing very tired, I should write, after my 5-kilometer run, I was absolutely exhausted.
Perfect. Do you see how you feel the tiredness in that sentence? That feeling is the glue that sticks the word to your brain.
So where do I find these sentences? Do I make them up?
You can, but the best way is to find them in natural input. Watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast like this one, or read a simple story. When you see a cool word, don't just grab the word, grab the whole family, the sentence.
I'm going to start a sentence journal instead of a word list.
That is the best decision you can make today, Jack. And speaking of seeing sentences, that leads us to our next topic, visualization. Because if you can see it, you can keep it. Okay, Jack, we have our sentence journal. We are learning in context. But sometimes, even with a sentence, a word is just difficult. It doesn't stick.
Tell me about it. Like the word enormous. I know it means very big, but it feels like a cold, boring word.
That's because you are looking at it with your eyes, but not with your mind. Jack, close your eyes for a second.
Okay, they are closed. I hope you aren't stealing my coffee.
Trust me. Now think of the word enormous. Don't think of the letters. Think of a giant pink elephant wearing a tiny hat standing in your small kitchen.
Okay. Wow. That elephant is definitely enormous. It's breaking my fridge.
Open your eyes. Will you forget that elephant?
No way! A pink elephant in my kitchen? That's a nightmare.
Exactly. That is the power of visualization. Our brains are designed to remember images and stories, not abstract symbols. For thousands of years, humans didn't have writing. We only had pictures and stories.
So you're saying I should be a director of a mini-movie for every word?
Yes, and the secret ingredient is emotion. If a word makes you laugh, makes you scared, or makes you curious, you will remember it faster.
Give me another example. How about a boring word like stubborn?
Okay, stubborn. Think about someone you know, maybe a friend or a cousin.
Oh, my cousin Leo. He is the most stubborn person in the world. He never changes his mind, even when he is wrong.
Perfect. Now imagine Leo sitting in the middle of a road, crossing his arms, refusing to move even though a bus is coming. Use the word, "My cousin Leo is so stubborn."
I can see his face right now. He's making that "I'm not moving" expression. Okay, I think I just learned stubborn forever.
You see? You connected a new word to a real person and a strong emotion, maybe a bit of frustration with Leo. This is like super glue for your memory.
What about abstract words, like anxiety or comfortable?
For comfortable, don't just think of a chair. Think of that amazing feeling when you come home after a long, rainy day. You put on your softest pajamas and you jump into your bed. Feel the softness. That feeling is the word comfortable.
Ah, I get it. It's about the experience of the word.
Precisely. Another great trick is the ridiculous rule. The more ridiculous or silly the image is, the better. If you want to learn the word hilarious, very funny, don't just think of a joke. Think of a monkey wearing a tuxedo and dancing the tango. Is it silly? Yes. Is it hilarious? Absolutely.
I'm actually laughing right now. I can see the monkey. So if I combine the sentence journal from the last part with this visualization trick, I'm becoming a master of English, right?
You are getting there. But wait, there is one more thing. Do you know why people remember pizza or burger in every language?
Because they are delicious.
Because they involve our senses: smell, taste, touch. When you learn a word like fragrant, imagine the smell of fresh bread or your favorite perfume. Don't just read the word, smell the word.
This is actually making English fun, Emma. I used to think I had to be a serious student and just stare at my book. But you want me to imagine monkeys and pink elephants.
English should be fun, Jack. If your brain is having fun, it stays open. If you are bored, your brain goes to sleep.
Okay, I'm awake. My brain is a movie theater now. But Emma, what happens after a week? Even with a pink elephant, won't I eventually forget it?
That is a great question. The movie gets you started, but you need to watch the movie again at the right times so you don't forget the ending. And that leads us to our final, most scientific part, the 1-3-7-30 rule.
Okay, Emma, I have my sentence journal. I have my pink elephant movies in my head. I feel like a genius today. But be honest, what about tomorrow or next week? My brain loves to hit the delete button when I'm sleeping.
You're right, Jack. Even the best movie needs a sequel. This is where most students fail. They study very hard for one day and then they stop. We call this cramming.
Cramming. That's a new word for me.
It means trying to push a lot of information into your head in a very short time, like studying all night before an exam. It works for the exam, but 2 days later, poof, everything is gone.
That's me. I'm the king of cramming. So what's the secret?
The secret is spaced repetition. Instead of studying a word for 20 minutes in one day, you study it for 1 minute, but on 5 different days.
1 minute? That sounds too easy.
It's about when you do it. Remember the forgetting curve we talked about? We need to interrupt the curve just before you forget. We call it the 1-3-7-30 rule. Day 1, you learn the word with your sentence and image. Day 3, you look at it again. Just a quick check. Day 7, you check it after 1 week. Day 30, you check it after 1 month.
Wait, so if I look at stubborn on day 1, day 3, day 7, and day 30, it stays?
Exactly. Every time you review it, your brain says, wait, he is looking at this again? It must be really important for his survival. I will move this from the temporary trash folder to the permanent hard drive.
I love the hard drive idea. But Emma, I'm lazy. How am I going to remember which words to check on which day? I'll need a second notebook just to manage my first notebook.
Technology is your friend here, Jack. There are amazing apps like Anki or Quizlet. They use an algorithm. You just put your sentences in, and the app tells you, hey, Jack, it's time to review enormous today.
Oh, I like that. The app does the thinking. I just do the learning.
But if you prefer paper, you can use the flashcard box system. You have 4 sections in a box: day 1, day 3, day 7, and day 30. If you remember a word, it moves to the next section. If you forget it, it goes back to day 1.
Ouch. It's like a game. Back to the start, Jack.
Precisely. And here is a pro tip for our listeners. Don't just read the card. When you see the word on day 3, try to remember the sentence you wrote. Try to see that pink elephant again. Active recall is 10 times more powerful than passive reading.
So I shouldn't just look at the word and say, okay, I know this. I should say, wait, what was the story about this word?
Exactly. Ask your brain a question. Why did I write this? What was the emotion? This makes your brain muscles work.
I'm thinking about my sentence journal now. If I combine this 1-3-7-30 rule with everything else, I won't just remember English words. I'll be an English-speaking machine.
That's the spirit. But remember, Jack, the most important part of this rule is consistency. It's better to study for 10 minutes every day than 5 hours once a week.
10 minutes? Even I can do that. Between my morning coffee and starting work.
Perfect. That's your English window.
Wow, Emma. My head is full of pink elephants, 1-3-7-3-0 rules, and sentence journals. I feel like I finally have a map to get out of this forgetting forest.
Ah, a forgetting forest. I like that. But Jack, a map is useless if you don't start walking.
You're right. So let's summarize everything for our listeners. If someone is watching this and wants to start right now, what are the steps?
Okay, let's make a clear action plan. Stop the lists. Throw away those long, boring lists of 100 words. Find your context. Pick just 3 to 5 new words a day from a video, a song, or a story you actually like. Create a story. Write 1 personal sentence for each word. Remember, use your friends, your family, or your funny memories. Visualize. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. See the pink elephant. Feel the emotion. Set an alarm. Use an app or your phone calendar to review those words on day 3, 7, and 30.
3 to 5 words? That sounds so small, Emma. Are you sure that's enough?
Think about the math, Jack. 5 words a day is 150 words a month. In a year, that's nearly 1,800 words that you actually know how to use. An average native speaker uses about 2,000 to 3,000 words in daily conversation. You'll be fluent before you know it.
When you put it that way, it's actually huge. It's about the small wins.
Exactly. And for everyone listening, we have a 24-hour challenge for you.
Oh, I love challenges. What is it?
In the comments section below, I want you to write 1 word you learned from this video. But don't just write the word. Write a sentence about your life using that word and tell us what image you have in your head.
For example, if you learned exhausted, don't just write exhausted. Write, I was exhausted after watching Emma and Jack talk for 35 minutes.
Hey, I hope they aren't that exhausted. But yes, that's a perfect example.
Honestly, Emma, I feel much more confident now. It's not about having a bad memory. It's about having a bad system.
Spot on, Jack. Your brain is a Ferrari. You just need to learn how to drive it.
Well, I'm ready to drive. Thanks for all the tips today, Emma. This was hilarious and incredible. And yes, I'm visualizing a monkey in a tuxedo while I say that.
You're a fast learner. Thank you for joining us today, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if this helped you.
And remember, don't just study English, live it. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.